Hey guys, in this video we're going to look at how broky ops on CT train, so let's get started. So normally when broky goes towards Z, he's simply just going to hold the angle like this. His teammates will throw the initial utility. Here in this round, the T's are actually putting a little bit of pressure outside, and his teammates are actually just going to focus on handling towards his T-con area. So what broky's going to do, he's actually just going to watch the ladder swing like this while Rain is covered from the E-box area. And it's very typical that when the T's do some kind of outer take, there's going to be someone who's going to come through the ladder area, so that's what broky's watching for here. So once again, we're going to see broky hold T-con from Z. Here in this round, the T's are going to throw the sandwich and E-box smokes, and broky's job here is to simply just hold towards this bomb train area. His two teammates are holding towards Ivy, he has a teammate towards ladder, so he just needs to play towards bomb train and get information on what the T's are doing. Notice how there's a bit of an understanding on FaZe here that they're just giving up this whole area of the map. They're not going to contest it too much, which is why broky just needs to stay towards bomb train to stay alive, and they're just going to contain them in this area here. So typically when broky doesn't actually see anything, he'll actually rotate back towards the B area. So he's going to rotate through Z to watch towards B. He'll watch Olaf Meister's upper B, while Olaf shifts around to make sure that he can watch towards lower. Once again, broky, when he doesn't see anything outside, he's going to rotate towards inside to watch lower in this particular round. And notice the angle that he takes, he's only exposing himself towards this left side here, where if the T's decide to do like a triple drop or something like that, he's only going to fight towards this left player here. So this is initially what I thought. However, what you're going to see here is that, so this angle here is the one that broky's going to be fighting, the person who jumps on the right. However, if you jump on the left side, you'll still be able to see broky here. So this is something that broky may want to keep in mind in the future, that this person on the left side can still see him at Z. Here's a scenario where broky's holding towards lower, and he's going to get smoked out at Z from the T's. So his initial reaction is to always jump away from the smoke and be able to hold this cross like this to be able to get this kill. And now at this point, notice how he doesn't really overextend. He wants to see where the T's are going to be coming from, as his life is very valuable. He just needs to get information to be able to keep up constant pressure with his op. So now that he's spotted them, he basically lets his teammates come in from Z to be able to take care of it. So here's another scenario where the T's are flooding out from the upper area. The Molotov is going to come in towards Z. He's going to smoke it. And this is something else that you can do with your teammates. If they happen to be rotating towards Z, you can boost on their head to be able to try to get some extra information. So here's another scenario once again where he's going to be posting on upper. The smoke's going to come in from Z, and he's going to jump on top of the red train to be able to spot the cross like this. Now notice how broky's not too forward on the red train. You don't want to be too forward on the red train, because if you're too forward on the red train, this player, when he pops out through the smoke, he's actually going to be able to see you. So you don't want that to happen. So that's why he stays towards the back of the train to allow himself to have some cover from the red train, and then to be able to spot this cross like this. So here we're going to see a scenario where broky's going to rotate A from Z. So first thing, you're going to see that Rain's actually in a bit of a tough spot where he's going to get squeezed from T-con, ladder, as well as Ivy at the same time. So what broky's going to do, he's going to throw a Molotov towards Ivy first to deny this push from this Ivy player towards bomb train. And then he's going to throw a flash towards the front side for Rain to be able to get some information, and as well to buy his teammates some time to be able to rotate in towards the A site. Next thing broky's going to do, he's going to throw a smoke to cut off this cross here, so that Rain, he can actually fall back down the bomb train if he needs to. And then finally, he's going to throw another flash here. He kind of screws it up a little bit, but you can kind of see how that utility basically helps his team get into a better situation, because that Ivy Molotov basically forced this player back here, which allowed Olaf to get this kill, and the flashes have allowed this player to get a bit more time to be able to work on the ladder flank. So when broky plays towards the green train at the start of the round, normally what he's going to do, he's going to spot down this lane here, down this Olaf lane towards T-con. As spotting this angle here gives you a lot of information on what the T's are probably going to be doing at the start of the round. But otherwise, if he doesn't see anything, what he's going to do, he's going to stay around in this area here where he's close enough to be able to spot towards ladder, he's close enough to be able to fight towards Olaf, and he's also close enough to be able to help his teammate at Ivy as well. So here we're going to see broky playing towards this Ivy / green train area solo. The T's are going to put a little bit of pressure outside by throwing the sandwich smoke. And notice here that broky is actually going to start falling back, and his teammates, what they're planning on doing, they're just going to focus on fighting towards the ladder, as well as anybody who comes out on this side of the T-con area. So broky, he's just going to spot towards Olaf from really far. He's going to throw a Molotov to delay any possible push from Olaf. And then what he's going to do is just going to focus on fighting Ivy. And the reason why he does this is because it's very common that whenever the T's hit towards outer like this, there's going to be one person who's going to be lurking towards Ivy. So broky is just going to make sure he just holds for this. So now at this point, the T's have actually gotten a couple kills, and now it's a 3v2 situation. This situation is now very important for broky, because depending on what happens here at Ivy, it dictates how this player is going to rotate. So if broky ends up getting this kill, this player can actually simply just go here or go towards Z to reinforce. However, if he ends up dying, then this player will very likely have to go towards here to watch towards this back lane area. So here we're going to see broky just simply going to hold towards this Ivy side and be able to get this kill, and now this round is a lot easier for his team. So here we're going to see that he's just simply going to get into this crossfire setup with coldzera. This is a very common one. He's basically going to take contact first, pull them in towards him, while coldzera will shoot him in the side as they try to rush him. So broky is going to be forced to rotate here as the T's actually throw a smoke towards the back green train area. So what he's going to do is going to throw a Molotov towards Olaf to slow down the push along that lane, and he's going to rotate over towards the old bomb train area. And when you rotate over towards the old bomb train area, the T's typically don't throw a smoke here. So from here, he actually has an avenue to be able to do things with his teammates. So here he's going to throw a flash for his teammate, and he's going to post up along this right side here to try to take down this player who normally goes through sandwich. So he misses the shot here. However, the whole idea is that going towards the old bomb train area is a good way to kind of get yourself involved if you get smoked from the back green train. So here we have a similar scenario where he's going to refresh that smoke. The T's are doing a bit of an outer exec. They're going to throw a smoke towards the back of green train. Since broky is so close to it already, he's actually going to push right through it. He's going to push through it to be able to find this angle towards this E-box area. He's going to get Molotoved off, and with the smoke up, it actually allows him to jump back into the smoke to go on top of the green train to be able to find this angle onto the player who runs towards Olaf. So it's a really good reaction for you to actually just push through the smoke if you're actually close enough to it. That way you kind of give yourself more opportunities to be able to fight. So here we're going to see that broky, he's going to be rotating to help coldzera as coldzera gets a kill using that spot. So he's going to simply throw a flash to allow coldzera to escape, and then he's going to throw a Molotov towards this ladder area. Now the whole reason why it throws this Molotov towards ladder is because the most common time for somebody to aggress out of ladder is when it's known that the CTs have actually aggressed towards Ivy, as they're trying to catch these players off guard coming out from Ivy, or to try to take a 1v1 fight on the player who might be in sight. So whenever you have a good spawn for upper B, you should take it. So this would be considered a good spawn. Notice the pathing that broky takes here though, that he decides to actually go up the ladder instead of the spool. And when he goes up the ladder, he ensures that he doesn't spend too much time in the air, as this is the fastest way to get to upper. So notice here how when he peeks, he's only going to peek down low. He's not going to commit himself to peeking up top if there's a chance that the other team could have an op. And right here you're going to see he's just going to peek shallow like this. And you're going to see that res as he comes down towards lower, the flash is going to be thrown. Another thing about peeking this angle shallow is that sometimes the boxes will actually cover the flash. So that's what we're going to see here. And that's what allows broky to get this kill. Here's another example where broky is going to be peeking towards lower. This round, the T's, there's no opportunity for them to get an op here, as this is a save round. So broky is going to peek up top. And here he's actually going to find this kill into Woxic. And then after he gets that kill, notice how he'll throw a Molotov at lower right away to prevent any possible push as he's trying to fall back. So this is another angle that broky likes to use as the teammate towards upper. This is the upper off angle. And this has become a lot more common in the pro scene these days, but this is a really good angle because the T's, they don't really expect you to be posted at this particular angle. So here with this angle, if you're defaulting towards upper B, if you're going to peek this, you're typically expecting that the player is going to be playing on top of the spool like this, where it's going to be a headshot angle. You're not going to be expecting him to just be on the fully right side like this, having his entire body exposed. And the one thing about using this particular spot here is that it works in combination with the second teammate, who's actually right here, where he's actually going to be spotting towards this lower area, like this. So if this player upper happens to miss his shot, this player is close by enough to be able to get the kill if this player decides to push out through upper. So when you're playing towards this back B area, these are a couple of different angles you can use. You can play on top of the yellow train to be able to take this off angle like this, or maybe you can even go on top of the oil train to be able to take an off angle like this. So both these are really good angles that you can use, and to basically try to mix up how you post up on the upper B angle. So here in this round, you can see broky posted on upper B, and the T's actually going to throw a little bit of an exec towards B. So in reaction to the smoke, he's going to throw a Molotov towards the crossing and then continue to watch towards upper B. And then as the T's start to get closer and perform the real exec, you're going to see that as Olaf Meister gets under a lot of pressure and as the T's are starting to push up, broky's going to throw an additional nade, and he's actually going to run along this left side of oil train to take this angle on the player towards the sight area. Now, the whole reason why this works is because this player who goes towards upper, he's not going to have a good angle on the player who's going towards oil train in the spot that broky's in. So from here, he actually has a decent angle to be able to kill a player who crosses towards the sight, and this is what you should do when you're smoked off from this particular angle. Here you're going to see him throw a flash to fall back and then be able to take down Rez, who's actually pushed through the smoke. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more future content. Thanks again. I'll see you guys in the next one.